Good morning and welcome to Johnson's Garden Time. Jeremy, as we get down to the middle of the summer, we get to the early July, we've got a different set of weeds to contend with.
You know, most of us have cool season lawns, which are mainly fescue, bluegrass to some extent, but you know, these grasses during the summer months don't tend to grow as much. They kind of stay green and really are taking the time off.
Okay, let's look at some of the plants, and of course, one that many of us have is crabgrass. We can prevent that in the spring, but if you don't get the crabgrass preventer down now, there is a way to control it.
That's right, and you know, even a lot of times if we do put the crabgrass preventer down in the spring, we'll end up with a spot maybe in a flower bed or near the curb that we don't get quite 100% coverage. And you know, crabgrass is a plant that grows very, very rapidly in the heat. It's an annual plant, so it comes up in the spring, lives all summer, dies with our frost in the fall, but can really take over an area if we don't control it. And we've got the weed out with crabgrass killer. I've got the concentrate here today. We've also got a ready to use with a trigger sprayer and a hose end sprayer at the store. But want to get it while it's still small like this. Before it gets bigger, it's just going to have a much larger root system and be more difficult to control.
And this is only for lawns. If you have it in the flower beds, you can use the Killzall if you keep it off your desirable plants.
That's right.
Okay, let's look at another plant that I think is kind of the weed that we're seeing a lot more of recently, and that's nutgrass or nut sedge.
There's a couple different treatments we can do for that, and if you've just got a kind of a nut sedge problem, a lot of times we'll see it in an open area in the landscape, and it'll come up, especially if you've got a wet spot. But this halo, or I've also seen it as sedge hammer, but this is a product. You mix this pouch in a gallon of water, spray it on about 1,000 square feet. Make sure you use the spreader sticker with it, because that waxy leaf really will repel the spray if we don't. So put that on, and that's going to be a very effective control. Or we've got the weed out with nut sedge control, also going to be very effective. If you've got some broadleaf weeds, this is a great option to use.
Some of the broadleaf weeds we're seeing now, and sedge is one that we'll see during the summer months, grows really, really flat in turf areas. The broadleaf weed killers will control it.
That's right.
We also have Bermuda grass, which can be a turf species, but if you have a cool season lawn, it's considered a weed.
I pulled this out of this lawn here. We've got a few sprigs of it coming up. The turf lawn ester is going to be a great spray to use on that. I think you mix it an ounce per gallon, spray that about once a month. It's going to knock it back. It's not going to work as effectively as like a Killzall or a Roundup, but it's going to help to kind of remove that from the lawn. If you've got larger areas, we recommend a renovation situation, which is going to be a complete killing out later on this summer.
Which would be with the Killzall. Yeah. So if you have any questions, bring a sample by. We'll get you the correct control for it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.